Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Ghost of Antietam match for you. First round here is Farmland Conquest. The side spawns are flipped and I'll explain that more in a second. And then our second map here is Waterways. You're seeing an overview of that, both on Conquest. Thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. So, our teams for today, on the Confederate side, you got Archers Brigade, 7th Louisiana, 27th Virginia, 3rd Kentucky, 7th South Carolina, 20th Georgia, 5th Corps, 14th Indiana, and 65th Illinois. And yeah, are the V Corps groups that are on the CSA side. You also have 1st Ohio and 2nd Texas, and then on the Union side you got 4th New Jersey, the 1st Maryland, 8th Connecticut of 5th Corps are on the Union side, and then you got 3rd United States Horse Artillery, Eagles Brigade, and the 2nd United States Sharpshooters. So, server pop today is 220. Imbalance is 2 in favor of Union. Union has 19 artillery. Confederates have 7. So, infantry-wise, it is... Jeez Louise. It's a 9-man imbalance towards CSA. So your frontline reporters today, for your CSA side, you got Twista from the 7th Louisiana. And then for your Union side, you got Adam from the 4th New Jersey. It's going to be Papa Vibes from 4th New Jersey for round number 2. Very appreciative of all three of those guys letting us give their POVs. So I am starting to mess with the audio of the in-game. The frontline reporters, because we can have their audio in the broadcast now, it can kind of be loud on my end and can't hear co-commentator, so I'm adjusting the audio. So if the audio is a little quieter than normal, feel free to say so, but I checked beforehand and I think it should be good. Also, we're pushing for 4,000 subs by the end of the year. We're 300 away, so very appreciative if all could do that, but regardless, appreciate that you guys are here. So, what I meant by flip sides is you have Union spawning on that side over there. You have CSA spawning on this side over here. It's normally flipped, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes. And if you don't know how Conquest works, basically each side is fighting over 3 distinct flag points. And whichever team controls a majority will deal a ticket drain on their opponent. So right now both sides have 1 point captured. CSA has C, Union has A. So no one's dealing any flag drain on their opponent. However, it looks like Union might go and capture the B point here. And if they fully capture it, what will happen is the Union will start dealing a ticket drain on the CSA. And you got 4th New Jersey, they're moving up. Friendlies, somebody's hitting, someone's hitting someone. 4th New Jersey almost turned to their friendlies. So CSA is kind of probing in the distance now. You have some Union moving through the wood line here. 8th Connecticut starting to move around this side. 1st Ohio doesn't see them. They move around, so it looks like they're going to do some harassing. Union artillery, you got them located kind of in the center of this open field with CSA artillery there. So Union is capping that B point. CSA is sending no one to that A point. And with 8th Connecticut kind of in the back lines of the CSA team, we'll see if they make their way to C or if they're just trying to harass artillery. I mean, just with the overview here, it makes sense for them to go to C and try to cap it and win the match. But of course, time will tell. Looks like they might be going for the artillery, though. So Union has 2 of those points capped. There is 1 flagpole's worth of ticket drain on the CSA right now. And you can see CSA are kind of probing around the B point, trying to find a good way to cap it. And frankly, there's no good way other than charging. And speaking of charging, 1st Ohio, 7th South Carolina here are engaging with some more 8th Connecticut guys. And these are some nice out of lines for 8th Connecticut to be getting. Other half of 8th Connecticut charges the artillery. Do they have a flag up there? I assume they do. Yeah, it looks like it's tucked away in the woods there. CSA hasn't really noticed that the artillery behind him has been charged.
Okay, cool. Can we go? You want to try to get the point with us?
Yeah, sure, I got you.
So it looks like CSA are going to try to make a move for the B point. You can see Union's kind of, not with a whole lot of guys, has spread out around the B point from a long ways. They're going to get a good couple kills in when CSA tries to go in, but CSA might be able to cap it. I mean, you saw a fair amount of Union infantry move up to their artillery. Union has 19 guys on artillery. That is a little excessive in my opinion. I mean, half of these guys probably aren't doing anything. I mean, oh, that's infantry. But I mean, half these guys here, they're just not doing anything. And when it comes to the efficiency of what your guys are doing on the field, you could be having guys up shooting rifles instead of just standing around. I get they're doing something, and having 3 guys on 1 gun is going to be more efficient than having 2. That's for sure. But with the 1 guy standing around doing nothing, a couple of seconds each time you load and shoot an artillery gun, that can add up. So 20th Georgia's moving up. You do have Holken's Legion, part of Archer's Brigade here. To Madre, decapping that point, and 20th Georgia, or actually Stonewall Brigade, it's going to be capping that point, because Union's kind of just fell off this point. And I can understand why Union would want to go out this way to defend their artillery. It looks like they're maybe charging to go to C. But with Union spreading out as much as they are, while being down 10-15 guys due to how many people they have on artillery, I think Union's spreading out way too much. You have the A and B point. You don't necessarily need to go for C because you're dealing that ticket drain. I mean, look at the tickets already. It's in Union's favor by a 1/4 of a morale stage. So I think it was a mistake for that group to go out there like they did. They did win this charge on the rocks. Who was out here? See, 1st Maryland group there. Other half of 5th Corps. So I don't know if they're trying to make a break for C. I don't know if that was the Union 5th Corps, their plan for this round. It looks like it wasn't because they're trying to go in, but CSA's got that B point now.
They missed, boys. Keep going.
I mean, they'll get some nice tickets out of this, but the flagpole drain is going to be the biggest determinant of how you lose tickets in this game mode. And so here comes the charging. The other half of 5th Corps. Sorry, 19th Georgia is on the CSA side as well. I missed that. Apologies there. But they're just falling off of that immediately. And so 8th Connecticut, they're starting to make their way to the point. CSA is kind of holding back in the defilade, trying to use it as a cover, but 8th Connecticut will sweep through and take that point back unless they charge. And here comes 20th Georgia. Going to be trying to charge them out. Hopefully their friendlies are following behind. Looks like some are, some sitting back shooting. And with more Union reinforcements pulling up from numerous directions, I don't think this is going to happen.
Get over here.
Yo, kill this fucking guy. He's literally just bonking people.
Make sure you stay spaced out.
So, Union are going to hold. I think also in the same vein that Union was wasting guys by sending guys over here, CSA's not really doing much over here. They're shooting at artillery from a far distance, but they're maybe getting a couple kills. But outside of that, how are these guys helping their team? Remember, I mean, we can check in a moment. It's Archer's Brigade guys here. But again, we look at the numbers, right? It's a 4-man imbalance initially in Union's favor. 21-9 here. That is the 12-man imbalance there. So it's an 8-man infantry imbalance overall, which isn't anything crazy for a 230-man server. But the problem is you have an 8-guy advantage. and you're putting way more than 8 guys, nullifying the advantage on the main portion of the battlefield to shoot at some artillery from a distance where you're not going to be getting a whole lot of kills. And so the CSA over here are going to be outnumbered infantry-wise, and the Union artillery is just going to be shooting over here, not over there. I mean, they might have a gun turned over there, but I think this is really poorly managed from CSA, and I think Archer's Brigade should pull over here to assist. Because your advantage is that Union has so many guys in artillery. So I think this is a mistake from CSA. They're paying for it right now. I think the fighting over here could be much more competitive. Granted, we haven't seen either side viciously defend the point they've captured. I mean, you had CSA try to stop Union, but they didn't all charge in. Union appears to now be aggressively defending the point like the first time when they really backed off.
4th of Jersey, get your reloads. Get your reloads quick.
Good shit. Let's go.
Enemies in the open, north-northeast, 150
Independent
yards.
fire. Yep, independent fire, boys.
And you have 3rd Kentucky moving along the side here, trying to contest the 5th Corps moving through the woods here. And if I were CSA, granted, we got the overview. We can see that there's nobody over there. Send a couple guys over there. I don't know the exact rules for skirmishing, but, I mean, you could send one of these groups over here. And I think they could do it very well. So, you have Union here. Are they trying to make a break for C? Because they could just end the... Remember, if they go to C, they capture that point, it's going to be a 3-minute counterattack. I think they should maybe try to go for C. I know I was kind of dogging on them earlier for it, but the problem was too many people left B. If one group from Union goes off to C, I don't necessarily mind that. But when you had the whole 5th Corps side that was on Union do that, can't be a lot. That artillery hits a couple people. So you have Union charging CSA. They're wiping them. CSA does go down to engaged. You have some close shooting out in the woods. CSA not really being aggressive towards the B point, which is why I think these guys could potentially go for that C point. Now, some of the CSA Archers Brigade, they're falling back to C. And you have some of them charging the artillery, which normally this would be a free ticket gain for the infantry, but there's a lot of arty guys here, and they all have swords at a minimum.
Come on, Fort Texas. Shots up the hill. Make sure you have your bayonet.
Are they turning a gun to face him? They are. Yeah. 2 guns. What is this? Now you want to talk about a waste. Okay, he might be turning the gun away. I don't know, but... Let's see, where are these guys going to go?
Spread it out, one proposed.
They're just going to sit and shoot. And
You're an independent fire.
you can't really blame the Union. You have a point lead. You're dealing that automatic ticket drain already. There's no need to overextend like crazy and go for C to try to get the quick win if you know you can win effectively with what you're doing right now. So I don't blame them, but that option is there. I think based on how CSA has at least been playing the past 5-6 minutes, I think it could be possible, but obviously no point in risking that. And I am a little confused with CSA's hesitation to go to B. The thing is, they're engaged in these close shootouts in the wood line, and that's great and all. But the only way you're going to be able to wipe the Union force, similarly with Union to CSA here, is you have to charge them out. Those flags are going to be spawning guys in very quickly, and the flag is probably spawning in people faster than what you're killing. So, unfortunately, if CSA wants to break these guys, they got to charge them out. Sitting and shooting here doesn't do anything good, because Union's going to hold that ground. And that flagpole is going to be dealing damage to you. So I don't know what the CSA went on this side. Maybe they fell back. Who knows? CSA. Okay, so they took the advice. They're just on a. Looks like they either got shot up or they're just frankly outnumbered.
Smash in the back.
Rocks, hold these rocks. I'm so sorry. I think I just stabbed you, Patrick.
Yo, Yarkin! Oh! Ah! Hey, Storm, we keep back. Hit him with the 1-2.
Go back to the main line, boys. Don't be too far ahead of them. Friendly. I have taken a grave. Let's give right back here.
So the whole Union team is just encircling around the B point. The away Confederates could try to confuse the Union and cause chaos to happen because remember, no steam chat in this event. They could
just head high.
very simply send a group to the capped Union point of A.
Whoever's on the back post, feel free to take the place of the guys who are in the front.
That line down to the right.
I think it is a pretty simple way because what happens most of the time is, especially when you get into skirmish, for example, the skirmish game mode 2, is that if someone gets behind you or captures a point, every individual group, and this just feels like basic logic, but at least if I was a commander and I knew the enemy was behind me, whether it be capturing a point or having a unit there, I would instinctively be like, okay, this can't happen, I'm going to go back and take care of it. The problem is that when every group figures the same idea and all go to do the same thing, it can cause a overreaction by that team. And the problem is Union's got CSA completely bottlenecked here. And so they need to, like these guys out here, they can charge the artillery out and then maybe go for the A point. I think they should try to go for the A point. And the smart thing from Union's strategy here is that they're holding a lot in the woods, and you'll like to see CSA move through that woods because it conceals them as they approach A. But now because Union's really taking control of the woods and they're starting to push them out now, CSA can't use that, and so their only way to get to A is by going through a big open field, which they are charging the artillery. We'll probably see who wins that soon, but we're going to be watching Union charge CSA artillery. So Union's going to prevail. Both sides, it's almost a whole morale stage. Union artillery wins that charge. That's kind of funny to see. Union's over a whole morale stage on the CSA. 27th Virginia is trying to turn around. This is the thing, is on top of the overreaction it could potentially cause if groups don't go in together to try to deal with groups behind them. It can lead to this huge ticket gain for Union as they wipe this small 27th Virginia group. And some of the CSA are making their way to B. Let's go check that out. We know there's some CSA trying to retake their artillery, but this whole round has been a mess for CSA.
Pay your taxes!
Eagles Brigade's going to hold that pretty well against 3rd Kentucky.
Oh, sorry, friendly fire. Sorry.
Oh, maybe not. 3v2. I don't know why the guy's raising the flag. Hey, what a good win there from Eagles Brigade. Yeah, I was surprised that guy was raising the flag in the middle of that melee. Just because if Union loses the melee and you're raising the flag, you're just going to get stabbed and killed. So, who knows? So, you got 7th LA in the wood line right now. They're trying to engage the Union on their artillery right now. You can see Twisto looking behind them because they do have Union guys here. And also for CSA, what do we have here? Is this for 19th Georgia? Okay. So CSA was able to sneak some guys past. So it looks like these guys are probably going to go for that A point to decap it and cause some chaos, which is a good decision. They don't have a flag, so they're not going to be able to cap the point, but that is really not the priority. So The question is, though, is CSA has to get a lead, and so even though 7th LA is about to be charged, even though CSA might decap A, they got to take advantage and decap that B point, which I don't know if that's going to happen.
Why you break? No need to
Reload their fucking faces.
Oh,
Ow, boy, how do you want to jump over, Billy?
Kill her, she's a heretic Astardi. Kill him.
So Union winning that charge. I mean, CSA is just being defeated in detail. You have some more CSA making their way around the side. You could even tell by the beginning of the intro sequence of how many regiments are on the CSA team. It's going to be a lot harder for a lot of different groups to communicate versus a smaller force. Because the Union has to communicate to 4 or 5 groups here. CSA, if they want to communicate a plan, they got to do it to like 7, 8, 9 groups. I don't know the exact number, but...
Oh, no.
After the poor people.
You bastard.
No!
The
You
bright
should
red
run
uniforms
away.
here, very nice.
Definitely should run away.
And
I don't want to.
7th Tennessee falling back. A lot of 7th there. 7th South Carolina, 7th LA tags. And it's a morale and a half stage difference right now. What a curb stomping here by the Union team. You have some CSA at sea. Got the 65th Illinois. That's the thing. We're seeing a lot of spread out tiny CSA forces versus a couple larger Union blobs, which Union's dominating on everything, but CSA has to find some way to take advantage, and unfortunately in War of Rights, it's really hard to do that. There is really no good and efficient way to spread out a lot of different guys from a lot of different groups in a lot of different areas. It can be very hard. Look at this. You have 2 groups over here, that's 10 guys that are out of combat. You have 2 groups over here, that's another 10 or so. And so you just slowly add up these numbers, and it's a lot. This is probably the most organized we've seen the CSA in terms of proximity to each other. Maybe since the beginning of the round, but that point is decapped at A, so CSA do decap. Now, hopefully only Eagles Brigade goes back for that point.
Yes.
Ready to catch up. Prepare for violence.
Make the column, get it tight.
Keep it nice and tight.
So they're gonna make their way to A. Does this group here, who is it again? 20th Georgia, do they have a flag? They do have a flag, so this might get a little interesting at A. I don't know if the deficit that CSA is in right now, I don't know if they have enough time to get out of that deficit. And this charge from them in Eagles Brigade is going to be big. But also we got to think about what's going to happen at C in a second. Union team in their entirety is basically moving to C right now. And unfortunately for the CSA, who decapped that A point and maybe could contest it, it will have all been for nothing. And this was a great response from Union. So let's see. Eagles Brigade's moving through the woods. You have them finally starting to cap A. We do have charging, but I'm not over there because, frankly, CSA is not winning that. This is going to be a little important. If Eagles Brigade wipes through this, there could be an opportunity for a 3-cap point in favor of Union, but, of course, we'll see what happens. Eagles Brigade, here's the guys talking in the
Charge
woods.
bayonets, Georgia! Charge bayonets! Spill wall! Spill wall! Spill wall!
Jumbo
Spill wall!
trying to tell his guys what's up, but unfortunately for them, it was too late.
Check friendly fire. Check friendly fire.
Oh, that guy just team killed his flag.
Alright.
Recover, Union.
It
We
happened.
did good. We did good.
Alright,
We
guys.
should
Let's,
reload.
So they wiped some of those guys. CSA does cap the A point, but Union's got B and C. So despite the effort at A, that ticket drop is going to continue. And we could see CSA going to that B point now. Because Eagles Brigade is back at A, there's no one here. 7th LA is going to roll up, and they're going to make this a possibility. Where CSA might be up 2 flags. Eagles Brigade, though, is on A. It's just the chaos of conquest has been opened up.
Those in the open are enemies? Those in the rocks?
Hey, line up on the fence, anybody fire.
It looks like the 20th Georgia guys, they're just trying to respawn in before re-engaging that. CSA is about to hit breaking. They're going to be down 2 whole morale stages in a moment or so. You have some CSA making their way to C, but a whole Union force is holding at C. So can this 5th Corps group turn to B, defend it? We'll see. CSA is down 2 flagpoles worth right now. Never mind, it's down to 1, but Union's about to make that 2 flagpoles again. So CSA will hit breaking. This is been a heck of a match. It's been a curb stomp.
Give them that good old EB Mentum.
EB
Look at them
Mentum.
run!
Yeah, you better run, boys!
They're running like little man.
So yeah, once Eagles Brigade pulls off, the 20th Georgia rolls back up, and they continue capping that. CSA is in the process of getting B as well. Looks like the 5th Corps guys here are going to start turning towards B.
Hi, friends!
Oh no!
Hey guys, go give him a hug. Go give him a hug. Go give him a hug, guys.
Get him!
Hey!
got rabies! Come here! I want to shake your hand!
Why can't we be friends? Can we just shoot him?
We're on Jersey, by the way.
Yep. Keep moving, boys. Keep moving.
Stay with them! Stay with them!
I think we shot them all. Goddamn.
Surrender! Oh!
Good shot,
Got
Harold.
it right.
So, chaos still continuing to happen here. The Union's holding that point, no surprise. It looks like they're just going to kind of stick there for the rest of the game. Now, 5th Corps here, they're going to turn to the B point. They'll most likely win this. They just outnumber the CSA. It's going to really come down to Eagles Brigade over there if Union can cap all 3 points. If they want to.
Yeah, well, when I
I'm out of
did...
stamina. I'm out of stamina.
Dogs to the right! Caps! Cap!
So, CSA kind of probing. You do have some Union over there. I don't know if they're shooting into their own guys or not, but Union's going to get this point. Let's see what's happening over at the 8 point. CSA does outnumber Union over here. I don't know if Eagles Brigade is going back to the center point or if they're going back to the center point.
Keep sprint.
Don't think they realize their friendlies are about to take that point back. CSA is playing a very loose defense when they can't be doing that right now. They need to be going and defending B or taking C back. But they're just kind of holding back, whether it be reforming or sitting and shooting. You're letting the Union take advantage of the situation and cap 2 of those points. Look at that imbalance. 17 guys in favor of Union. But Union has 23 on artillery. So the infantry in balance right now. Jeez Louise. 6. It's 3 infantry in balance in Union's favor right now. Because Union has 23 guys on artillery. And they've hit maybe a shot or 2, but I have not seen anything worth justifying that number. So Union get that B point back. This is insane. You know, imagine if you had 10 more guys with Eagles Brigade from the Union artillery. Maybe they could be more confident and try to push that A point. Who knows? But nonetheless.
Hello? Oh my god, dude, I was just thinking that. Hello? Hello?
Let's see. I don't know if these guys are going to make a break for the A point or if they're just going to kind of hold back. Eagles Brigade for now is just sitting and shooting towards CSA. Jeez. That's some CSA effort to the Miller's Cornfield trying to get C, but You can see Union's kind of holding back there, trying to bait them in. Seventh LA going through that corn. Got Third Kentucky trying to go there as well, but they don't have that. The nice part is they're going to be able to see the flag going down.
Wait, north.
Oh, Yankees, what?
Hey, Yankees, go away, go home,
Protect me.
Go home,
8th Connecticut came in here very, very spread apart. Why are half of them waiting?
I'm sorry,
Flag,
that was a
flag.
mistake. I stabbed you by mistake.
There's another Union. One more.
We're
Okay,
good,
now
we're
he's
good.
dead.
Reform. Yeah.
Oh, there's flag. There's a flag to the northwest. Flag to the north.
CSA had a little.
Go.
They thought for a moment they were safe. That was actually kind of funny. They should have gone in at the same time because that point would still be capped, but that is, besides the point.
Hi, inbred.
I'll hit him for you.
Come here. Pay your taxes.
Got some Eagles Brigade guys charging out. You do have some Union Rambos running around. There's CSA officer Rambos as well. Oh no, he's just trying to get back to his line. Maybe he was scouting, but second U.S. Sharp guys over here. Still a 2 morale stage difference right now. CSA DCAT B. Would you look at that? Charging at C as well. Everything's happening everywhere.
Hold the line.
Hold the line, hold it. Don't push, hold the line.
Hold the line.
For glory. For the
For
heart
glory, gentlemen, go get him.
Maybe don't say that in game.
Oh, are they? Oh my goodness, they're at A. This is Conquest at its chaotic moment here.
On A point.
Fourth New Jersey is decapping the point, but they got 7th South Carolina behind them.
Independent.
They don't realize they just got shot from behind. How did they not realize?
South boys.
How did they not realize? Rip Adam. Jesus, face got blown off. They decapped that A point, so 20th Georgia's popping out. You do have Eagles Brigade kind of scooping around the side. Union's charging the CSA already again. Yeah, poor artillery.
Yeah, we need the flag over here.
Sorry, bro. Sorry.
20th, battle line left.
Battle line left on Jumbo, boys. Battle line left on Jumbo. Then you get your kills.
Line left on Jumbo.
Then you get your kills. Come on.
Good job, 20th. Good job.
When we were gonna charge that rock and we stopped last second, did you see that one dude by himself standing? He just stared at our line.
Look out, move!
So, you have some Union groups here, but this match, they're retaking A, right? Yeah, they are. So, regardless of what happens at this point, unless CSA cap all 3 points, which they're not going to do that, Union's going to win this game just based on morale stages. There's no way CSA is overcoming 2 whole morale stages in a matter of 7.5 minutes, even if they have all 3 points capped for a while. The Union just needs to prevent CSA from capping and holding all 3 points for 3 minutes, which is how long that counterattack phase is.
Gangster.
Holy shit.
Boot trapper, make
And this might be happening. Oh no. Go to C. Go to C. Go to the C point.
I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Organized. Alright, let's move in. TKO.
Go to the C point.
Move into C, let's go. Moving into the back of C.
Union's making a move towards the C point, which numbers-wise, it's very close. Maybe favors Union by a little, but the hesitation by these guys here. Charging's happening at A, but I think maybe Eagles Brigade's won at A. Ah, yeah, they did. Dang. That's kind of unfortunate, I'm not going to lie. I was almost rooting for a CSA victory. At least for the brief second, right?
Oh, damn it! Sorry, Team Flash!
They had a moment. They had a moment. I mean, there's still some competitive fighting. CSA has their flag, clearly, because it's still spawning in guys, but alright, let's go to A. I mean, you do have some Union guys going to B. It's the artillery guys, which CSA just has to shoot them down, but Union does cap that A point, so they might get CSA to last stand. Second U.S. Sharps, some Eagles Brigade guys are here.
Go to B and scout it. We'll be right behind you. Let's go, Fox. Eagle Brigade, going ahead, line it up. Line it up, get your full kit.
Second.
Yeah, they're going to hold B. They're holding C. Union's kind of splitting up their forces, which I think those Union guys in the center there, they need to all go to one of the 2 points. But I think regardless, Union's probably going to hold this A point as long as these guys stick around.
Over here, second.
Second, can you help us out?
Independent fire, we don't want them to charge us out. Independent.
There might be
CSA is probably going to win that fight at C. Union's going to retake that B point. Any second now, we're going to see CSA drop.
Charge them out, you silly geese.
Yeah, they go in the last stand. So once they die, they don't come back. I mean, this whole round, it was a great start from Union. I think CSA I get why the flag's charging in here because he can't spawn anyone in. He doesn't do anything anymore. Union's playing smart by not killing him.
Take that, Rebel. He's a prisoner. Hey, if he runs away, kill him. He is our prisoner. Okay. We actually, if he runs away, kill him. Don't kill him. He's our prisoner. If he runs, kill him. This man is a good.
Appreciate you guys letting me live. This is awesome right now.
Yippee! 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 Kachiga. Great. We're all that remains, and we're all that we need.
So CSA guy is slowly dying out. 3 minutes on that clock. And Union has won at A. Winning at B, but not capping that point. It doesn't matter what points they have capped at this point. CSA can't lose any more tickets. They're at 0%. But the rest of the CSA is starting to move out from C. 7th LA. I mean, this is just a mix. Mostly 7th LA is there, though. Looks like you got 3rd Kentucky and 5th Corps and 27th Virginia over here. And so, yeah, I mean, this is what the end of the round's going to be. CSA is going to try to shoot this out, maybe get a couple more kills. But I mean, this game has been over for a long time.
Hold on, I got a better one. Hut, 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 hut,
Oh, that smells really good for that. That's really good.
I like the cologne you use on your penis.
You gentlemen are so handsome.
You guys have nice shoes.
Hey, you're handsome.
Oh, wait, you don't have shoes.
Hey, I want to kiss you. You're beautiful, man.
Family has a nice Thanksgiving.
I wish I had shoes like that.
That hat was a
Hey,
fabulous.
I
love you so much.
Union soldier.
Go away, go away. I told you to go away. Where?
Move to C. Let's go. Northeast.
What about friendly artillery?
I don't care about them.
I don't know who said that. That was pretty based. I mean, this round was... It's quite unfortunate because, I mean, the imbalance is a lot. It's kind of fixed, and it'll probably be fixed in between the rounds. I mean, but you can't... You should not be winning by 2 morale stages and have 23 guys on artillery. That is a major fumble from CSA. This was really bad play from CSA. Maybe not bad play, but really bad strategy going into the round. You can't... Your opponent has 23 guys on artillery. You have 13 on they have 13 more on artillery than you. There should be no reason. Obviously, there's the imbalance where Union had more guys than CSA throughout the entire match. I mean, it got up to what, 15 to 20. So, CSA should not have lost by that much. Granted, that imbalance kind of hurt them. Especially, it didn't punish Union for having so many guys on artillery. But besides that, we will see you all shortly here for round number 2. And here we are live with round number 2. That imbalance is 14. Can I do math? 13. Yeah, no, it was 14. It was 13 now. But if Second US in the chat was told to swap over to CSA, and that would make the balance within 1, so I don't know why they haven't. Maybe I missed something, but CSA has 5 on artillery. Union has none. Another round of conquest. So they're spawning on their correct sides. Union get that C bias point, and the CSA get that bias A point. That middle point, Union can get there significantly quicker, and you can see they're already on it as CSA is crossing over the little ford here. And so we'll see how this round goes. Union's going to have that initial advantage by capping that first point, but again, we'll see how CSA play it. CSA is outnumbered by a fair amount. I mean, 13, 18 guys right now. I mean, CSA is probably going to get curb stomped like last round. Something crazy would have to happen if the curb stomping doesn't happen, but so yeah, 5th Corps over here. Looks like they're holding down the Union left. You have some CSA pushing up the center towards some more 5th Corps guys who are running back to their group after they capped. 2nd U.S. Sharps are moving up the middle. Got Eagles Brigade on the right with 3rd United States Horse Artillery on the right as well. Back Union group. You got 4th New Jersey. So CSA is kind of holding the short passageway over to A. They're sending a tiny group here. Holcomb Legion guys are trying to cap, or rather decap this B point, but 2nd U.S. Sharps hitting some good shots on them. You have rest of the CSA trying to make their way over here, but they're just outshot. So you got 20th Georgia moving this way. And I forgot to mention that Papa Vibes is the Union frontline reporter now on the top right side of your screen. Adam had to get going, so Very appreciative of that. Looks like they're going to get that decap. Maybe they started lowering it before the guy died. Because you need at least, you need to be around a couple people to be in skirmishing. I think you have to be around 3, but I don't remember the exact number. It's 2 or 3. So CSA really putting some pressure on this Union right half. I mean, you have a lot of Union sitting back there, which I'm a little confused why they're that far off. I mean, Union's really split up here. It's going to take some time for Union to move out towards this B point if they want. And CSA can somewhat set up a defensive position here if they want, but we'll see how it pans out. CSA's not really being aggressive on this Union right, so it allows Union to at least maneuver. Eagles Brigades circling around trying to take some shots at the B point, which CSA has capped now.
I spotted the middle of this.
So I'm really intrigued to see what 5th Corps is going to do here. Looks like they just rolled up. They're taking shots, slowly moving further forward. So they got a nice, big, beautiful 2 lines here, but they kind of just let the CSA cap that point.
See, I don't care. I'm like not scared that we're double clicking because they're just gonna run the fuck away. As you can see right now, they are running the fuck away because they are scared.
They got that white flag.
Yeah, they got the white flag.
If they don't have that mode, they generally run away.
Like this is like genuinely like so funny. Like they're just gonna run away. They're just gonna run away. They're just gonna run away.
5th Corps as a whole is making their way to the B point. I thought they could have contested this obviously a little more, but CSA's falling back. I mean, CSA's kind of playing a game of chicken with the Union. They're just running away, except for Holcomb Legion guys, which I don't know why you're charging them there.
You died of bravery.
We got another flag back in.
I'm gonna go decap. Godspeed.
But CSA's kind of pushed up here. Union trying to decap this.
Dogs, form it up. Looking northeast, boys.
I've only got 1 melee hit left in my life.
Looking north, boys. Looking north.
So some of the CSA maybe tried to charge Union out here. It looks like it didn't work for 20th Georgia. Or maybe they got caught off guard by Eagles Brigade. But Eagles Brigade took some shots. 20th Georgia able to preserve their flag. And Union's going to get that B point back. They're actually charging through here. Numbers are pretty even. But CSA is retreat happy. Here's the thing, right? It looked like CSA maybe had similar numbers to that of Union over here. But half the guys started retreating. And that made this charge way closer than what it should have been. You have some charging on the far side of your screen as well. But CSA should have curb stomped Union there. But it was a lot closer than what it should have been. So you got a few CSA guys here. I mean, good way to burn through everyone's tickets with those charges there. Union's halfway through battle ready. CSA is about 1/3 of the way, so CSA is doing fine right now. But hopefully Union stays around the point to keep it capped, because this map is definitely more favorable to Union than the previous map. So as long as Union just sits and holds these points, it forces the CSA to charge at them, which anywhere where CSA is charging towards B is going to be bad. And it's not like CSA can go to the C point, because they got to go this way. And there's a couple of Union guys in this vicinity. So CSA, it's going to be very hard to do what you want to do, being down so many men in the first place. It sounds like I'm talking about injuries in a football match. It's like it's like you're watching your favorite team and the announcer's like, well, even though your team's winning by a lot, the opponents have a lot of injuries. And so, like, they keep mentioning the injuries thing. So, hey, CSA still has to win. They still got to try to win. It's going to be harder, but not necessarily next man up, but everyone's got to perform a little better individually. So, and really the only effective way that CSA is going to be able to get an advantage is by putting themselves in advantageous positions. I know I just said a lot of nothing, but Union's very spread out. And so what you can try to do as CSA is defeat the Union in detail. whether it be hitting that group here and then circling up through here. I think that's one way to do it. I don't think CSA can spread themselves out charging, though, because if Union is spread out and you spread out to engage them on all the fronts, you're going to be at a disadvantage on all those fronts. So CSA's got to block up and charge through the woods here. I don't know if they realize how spread out Union is. I mean, Union's almost encircling, and CSA is kind of spreading out, which I don't like, but 20th Georgia's pushing up. 8th Connecticut rolled up at the exact right time. So I don't know if 20th Georgia was thinking of charging, but definitely not going to be doing that now.
Retreat.
I mean, that's the only way CSA is going to win is if they defeat the Union in detail. You have some CSA. They're trying to make a break. I like this. I don't know if they're going to win this, though. It's similar numbers. You got 6 LAs pushing around this side. 7th LA, sorry, not 6 LA. We'll make one soon enough. I'm sure of it. 3rd USHA trying to hold that out. 3rd USHA hold. They basically wiped that charge. They got wiped themselves, but like I love that charge from 7th LA. I just wish they did it with their whole team because they could have curb stomped through some Union and then maybe have an advantage when trying to deal with the rest of the Union team who is starting to consolidate a little more. That's the thing with Union is the only way CSA win, defeat them in detail. And so as Union, you can't spread out too much. And if you do spread out, like these guys are here, they're kind of close enough to each other to where they can immediately respond to something. So CSA is playing a losing fight. I don't know why they're continuing to sit and shoot here. You gotta try something new. They're starting to do that through the kind of charges, but it's independent groups doing it and not the team. And it's going to be hard to communicate, but you got to do it.
All 3 of our companies are just point at you.
And Union's playing this exactly as they should. I mean, they're just forming a big line and just shooting down towards CSA. I don't know how far CSA can go this way. It appears they can go pretty far. If they try to move this way as a team, Union will probably move with them. But it looks like our group of 19th Georgia guys and our 14th Tennessee guy here, looks like they're going to try to do what they did last round. Whether it be going for that B point or maybe going all the way to C, who knows. If I were them, I'd probably go to C. You're going to get wiped if you go to B. You might have initial success, but Union would be like, oh crap, someone's on the point, turn around, bang, bang, you're dead.
Yeah, they're in the woods west. When Cav got moved out of there.
So we're a third of the way through the match. It's a half a morale stage that's growing.
All of them? Oh no,
the independent.
You want us to keep sitting here, or do you want us to back you?
CSA is... Oh no, they're just returning to their original spot. 20 Georgia just ran up from a volley and falling back. 7 South Carolina kind of skirmishing in the wood line here.
Look at Chevy. Oh, bye slow. He's dead. Hey, Jebby, you can't shoot. You don't want to be, yeah.
I mean, outside of inbounds and all that, this is just straight up domination from Union. I mean, are we still down to 17? Down a whole 1. It's huge. And it appears that the Union perhaps sees these 4 guys going around. 5th Corps guys here. I think they see him, so... Yeah, they see him. That's unfortunate. Union's playing this well. Alright, CSA, I'm liking it. And the condition that I mentioned earlier of Union's moving to adjust to this, they're moving a little slow. It's giving CSA a chance. I'm liking this.
Okay,
trying something else. But the question is how fast is the CSA going to try to flank around the side? The longer they sit, Union will kind of figure out what's going on and they're going to respond, and then CSA won't be able to break through as Union will form a big block. So it looks like they're just going to sit and hold for now. And Union has an opportunity to go to that A point. Where's the CSA artillery? That's what I'm intrigued. Because they spawn over by that flagpole that they have capped. You got 4th New Jersey and 3rd USHA pushing through. Are they going to turn to A?
Jump right here on the slog, 4th.
Fall back.
For now, they're just kind of engaging. They're starting to fall back. 7th LA is holding them. A mix of guys there from different groups. I mean, where are the CSA artillery? They are doing nothing back here. It is a little harsh, but I mean, seriously, what can they see? What can they shoot? I mean, unless they're getting help from their friendlies, but I mean, that's going to be a hard shot. You're shooting through trees that's a long ways away. This is not good, but CSA starting to outturn Union's flank, which is great to see.
These rocks,
1st LAB, 7th Tennessee.
Right here.
And this is good. Because Union has not really budged their line.
Behind us, watch our left and our right.
Shoot down right on them.
You said friendlies are charging in there, Dark Butter? Okay. Friendlies are moving up.
I wonder, though, how long is the CSA going to spend on trying to get around the Union guys here? Because the longer they sit, the longer that those flag ticket drain, the longer that's going on. Union's charging in here, and they're going to wipe this. Are they going to go to A? Or are they going to turn back to B?
Get that mic down!
Thank you with my sword. Oh no.
There we go. Good fucking job, EB. Eagle Brigade, back on me.
I'm kind of surprised that I would expect one of the groups to make their way to A, at least try it. Obviously, they don't know how many CSA are over there. I don't know if they realize the whole CSA team is slowly flanking their way around it. I mean, they're slowly moving. It's really allowing Union to react. Which, again, now Union's slowly shifting that way. Any Union group going? No, they're just kind of holding the riverside there. As the Eagles Brigade's starting to push their way up.
That's friendlies. Okay, I was about to say, line up, shoot them. It's friendlies. Howdy, boys!
Do you think you can help 8th and take out that flag behind the point while I cross the river and harass the...
Yeah, I can do it.
I think you...
Oh, they're going to cross the river.
On Phillips.
Move it to the mouth of the river.
If you were a company, if you were by the
where do you want B company?
Oh yeah, there,
independent fire! EB, independent fire, EB!
And so CSA is doing the greatest encirclement of all time. Unfortunately, they're just encircling. They're not actually trying to turn in. Maybe they are eventually, but Union's making their way across. CSA down with that one flag. I mean, when will CSA actually go in? They've encircled the point. This is some Hoi 4 strategy going on here, but...
Back just a little bit.
A company, fall back once you're done loading.
Company, back
right
up.
here, right here.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Try, stop the round shot. Use that round shot, boys.
Are they going for A? Or C, sorry. I'm saying that this is A. That's my bad. Okay, so never mind. I'm sorry for making fun of your little encirclement maneuver here. Because, hey, look at that. Now, as the Union is decapping the A point, you have the respawns. I don't know from where. It could be from that group that died in that charge. Yeah, it's them. So 7th LA and such are focusing on that point. They got a good couple shots there, but Union's up 2 flagpoles right now, damage. CSA is going to get C, and you have more Union crossing to go get A. This is seriously similar to last round. Like, Union was dominating till about the 20-minute mark of the round, and then just straight chaos opened up.
Get that officer down if you can. Get that officer down.
Freaking pistol.
Because what's happened now is you got CSA at the Union bias point, you got Union at the CSA bias point, you have kind of this middle charge going on, and this round is going to end similarly to last round. CSA might get B and C here. It looks like that's going to be the case. CSA might get all 3 points. I don't think they have a flag, though, at A. And, frankly, they're outnumbered. These Union guys probably think, we're going to win the game. We're going to take the point. We have the other 2. Oh, we don't. Union hits engage, too. Doesn't really matter.
No, double tap F. Double tap F. Someone else get on the flag. Get it up, get it up.
So, I like the attempt from Union. Waterways, while a very Union biased map, it's going to be very difficult for Union to cap all 3 points. Very difficult.
Yeah, right now we gotta focus on defending
So,
C for now.
Get up,
Here they come, boys. Here they come. They're charging. They come.
There you go. Now let somebody else.
Vortex is preparing to see charge.
Union trying to charge in to retake the middle point. You got 4th New Jersey and 5th Corps, 3rd USHA trying. 2 flags against 2. I thought CSA had 1 for a split second. That's why I was saying that. But 1 CSA. See, here's the thing. Look at the flags. 1 CSA flag's running off. You got more Union reinforcements collapsing. Union's going to win this point back. So even though the bias points have flipped, it looks like
Get that flag down. Get that flag down. Get that flag down. Get that
Parker's here.
Get the flag down, someone.
I'm
on it.
EB recall. EB recall.
So Union's going to take back that B point, and this is seriously going to be a repeat of the last round. I mean, the CSA at C, they're holding, some are holding at the CSA defensive position here. Progress Mill, 14th Indiana is there.
I'm gonna run it down.
20th Georgia's holding up here. And that's the even crazier thing is just with the no. I really wonder what the people on the ground are thinking. Like in terms of how good they're doing and what they think everyone else on their team is doing. Because the amount of stuff that's starting to happen right now is kind of crazy.
Shoot that guy at the flag post.
Wait, I want to look at something. Let's see here. Okay.
I'm the pole holder.
There was a guy that got kicked for tags. He was asking stuff about him. I saw someone in the War Rights Discord asking about how to get into a private server, so I wonder if that was the guy. I mean, it could be. Discord usernames can be different than in-game names. Most of the time they're not. But CSA is trying to take A, but Union's just holding a little far back. They're getting great shots on the 27th Virginia trying to cap the point. You do have some CSA trying to make their way back to A. 7th LA is moving this way with some 5th Corps guys. 65th Illinois. Union looks like they have most control. I mean, you have some CSA pulling off a C, trying to kind of play hide and go seek. You have the similar thing at B here with Archer's Brigade and 3rd Kentucky there. But CSA is about to charge the Union line in their back. Great shot from CSA artillery. You saw a lot of the Union guys knocked down. Unfortunately for them, they got right back up the moment the charge was about to hit. So I think Union's going to hold. And this might drop CSA very close to breaking, if not into breaking. You have some charging on the progress mill. You can see on the top right side of your screen. It's like against the 14th Indiana guys that were holding there. Union's going to win this.
Get the flag out! Get the flag out!
And there they go. Union pretty much get wiped on this side of the map, though, so that was a very good charge in the end. CSA is going to cap A. Do they have a flag? Did that flag despawn? Doesn't matter because they have a flag right there. So CSA is kind of making a move to B right now. Again, the only way CSA is going to have some chance of winning is if they cap all 3 points. And unfortunately for them, got 8th Connecticut, actually it's 4th New Jersey here, the 8th Connecticut guys, the flag. They're going to start moving to C. They're going to retake that point. And Union is once again ahead by 2 whole morale stages.
Yeah, we can cross here.
Oh boy. That didn't get nearly as many of us. Hey, your shots now. Hurt the next volley.
Cream, do you want D to aim at those guys to the south and you guys shoot the guys to the southwest west? Okay, D company, break off the line, move to your left a little bit. Let's break off and aim for these guys to the southwest. D to the left, D to the left,
Get that flag down.
Hey, out here, we can spread out in formation.
Let's see. I mean, you have the CSA at C. They mostly survived, and they're going to turn their way. Union's got 2 flagpoles up on CSA right now. That won't be the case for long as CSA is moving into A, but you got these guys turning their way towards B. Union's going to be kind of surrounded here. Looks like Union on B is making an attempt to get a little closer and have some fun. Do a little tango here with the CSA forces. Wonder if they're going to realize the CSA guys coming up behind them. I mean, these guys should not sit and shoot. Just charge right in. They're not going to see you coming. Maybe these guys are. Which they're focused on something else. So, good play here from 20th Georgia and 14th Indiana.
Right side, right side, right side, right side, right side.
CSA get their home point back. They're still down a flag though. Hey, Union just turned down the side and charged in. Now what you would hope to see is the CSA on this side charge in, which 3rd Kentucky is in there.
Push a puck, push a puck.
If you see your friendlies charge in like that, you gotta assist. If there's a winning shot, you charge in. If it's a group of 5 charging in, don't charge in with your whole team. But that was a great behind the back charge. The rest of the CSA collapsing down. Very good play from CSA here.
Get that flag, get that flag.
You have the 2nd U.S. Sharps, Eagles Brigade, 2 of those guys left, but they are going to get wiped on that point as we are now 2/3 of the way through the match. Union trying to get one of the flags out. They have some tickets to burn, so the out of lines aren't the worst thing in the world. It's a little over 2 whole morale stages.
Flag, pick up that flag, pick up that flag, pick up that flag. Run back to friendlies right here.
What's up?
And so you got Union that were at C now pulling out and pushing back towards B. You got some Union guys still across the bridge at A. Bridge, the ford, or whatever. But it's a similar question to last round, which I don't know if CSA is going to be able to hold this point for that long, especially with this 2-pronged Union attack. It appears that Union does outnumber, at least in the vicinity that we're looking at. But can the CSA, even if they're up by 1 flagpole the rest of this game, can they come back to whole morale stages in 14 minutes? I don't know. The problem for CSA is their whole team is bunched up on the B point here. And it's not like there's a whole lot of places they can really go. But the problem is you got 3 Union groups around you shooting at this clump of CSA. All these guys that are shooting around will probably hit something. Because if you have these guys here, if they shoot through here, they might miss this guy, but they're going to hit the back guy. And what CSA should do is charge them out. Because they're very spread out and small. And 3rd Kentucky taking advantage. Rip decoys. And so that's a great charge from CSA. I know there was like 4 or 5 guys there, but Now you have one less side to really focus on. And something... No, the imbalance is still there. It almost feels like CSA has more guys. It really does feel like it. But it's still a significant imbalance towards Union. So, kind of a question for CSA is, again, there's no... you're going to hit last stand before Union gets down to where you're at. So, I think CSA is kind of in desperation mode. I would be anyways. Someone needs to decap C, or they need to cap C. Decapping is probably the best option. You need to send a few guys to that C point. And decap that point so you can get 2 flagpoles worth of damage right now. I don't think that's going to happen, though. As Union starts to reform more and more, CSA is slowly going to become outnumbered. I mean, you could argue that they are right now. It's probably even numbers, if anything. But...
Use the knee wall, use the wagon.
To the right. Tennessee to the right.
Move it. Yeah, move it to the east, southeast. Southeast,
around
take the
us.
flag, move it south.
Go, Fort Texas, shift your right, shift your right.
To the right. Let's go right here. Luigi, right here. Let's go. Let's get these fuckers.
Let's fucking meet them. Let's meet them, sons of bitches.
And CSA, I mean, they're making fine decisions here. You got CSA charging across the riverside as well. You do have some Union over there. I want to go see who that is in a brief moment, but it's like CSA is making good independent decisions.
Sorry.
Okay, them trickling in this this is not a good decision, but CSA, I think what killed them was waiting too long. They had a shootout for the first 15 minutes of the round, basically, which did not help them at all. If they had tried to outflank the Union and try to go for the C point like they did earlier and kind of open up the chaos that we see now, perhaps CSA could be in a lot closer position. I don't know, though, but it's a little unfortunate. Union is going to go down to taking losses. Union's really clumping up in a tiny area. CSA is very spread out. They're shooting into the clump. I think Union has a group here. Hey, it's same as I mentioned with CSA. You got to charge these guys out. But granted, they don't know the exact numbers. You're looking into a woods, a lot of smoke. You don't know what's happening. Maybe not that, but you don't know how many enemies are in the woods. The Union's going to make an attempt to go for B. I mean, if they take this will probably secure the game for them more than it already is, just because if they wipe the CSA up here, they can cut them off on that forward. You got drifting, decapping that point. And look, this is a poor Union charge. Look how much they're spreading out. CSA is on a big odd line, and the Union is spreading out, which I think they need to hit as a group, mass up on one of the sides and hit it. Granted, Union will win this just because of their superiority in numbers. I don't know why the guys in the back aren't charging.
Let's go. Keep going. Go to this
But regardless, Union's going to throw them off, and it's going to be very close to a last stand for CSA.
Let me out of the flag, please. Let me out. Let me out.
Coven, move. Coven, move. There you go.
CT, just wipe south, boys.
We lost it. Okay.
Get it up there, boy.
I'm surprised this Union group over here hasn't gone for... Oh, yeah, they have. Okay. No, they're playing well. They're trying to charge across the... I'm shocked they kept the flag. I'm kind of surprised that flag isn't going for A, because I know they can decap it here, but at the same time, why couldn't they necessarily charge?
Ow!
So,
Flag up.
CSA kind of caught off guard, at least this tiny group on the right here. 27th, Virginia's getting charged out here, and this should hit CSA the last stand, especially with Union having 2 of those flags capped. That's a good charge there.
Start.
They're continuing to charge through with the officer.
Yeah, that's not very nice. Don't you dare you shoot my commanding officer!
There they go.
Go, devil,
So these guys that die, they don't come back. CSA charging through. Yeah. And this was a repeat from last round.
Well, hello,
Well,
CSA.
we went through.
How's it
It's just like I watched the same 2 rounds in a row, except different maps. Hey, seriously, it's like we're watching this again.
Get it right. Wipe them out.
Take him.
Kill all these traitors! Thank you for Robert E. Lee!
See, I can't really lean into... Obviously, I can kind of lean into CSA losing both of these rounds here because of that imbalance. I mean, there's no denying that being outnumbered by 15, 20 guys is a lot. But for that first round, no justification for Union having 23 guys in artillery. And CSA as a grand plan was not. Granted, you don't know how many Union guys are going to be in artillery, but CSA should have made that first round way more competitive. If the balance would have been more correct, Union being down 23 guys to artillery would have been very impactful. Very impactful.
No!
7 minutes left on that clock. A lot of CSA are wiped. Union's got the C and B point. You have the last kind of wave here starting to move out. And similar to last round, this is just going to be probably just a slow trickle-out death for the next 6.5 minutes.
Too bad we don't have a flag over here right now, huh?
Mike, I'm gonna kiss you. A fucking flag.
Mike, I'm gonna kiss you, Mike.
And they can't even cap the A point.
Mike, I'm gonna kiss you. Don't you run. Mike, don't you run away from me. I'm coming.
So you got a couple CSA groups out here. Union as a mob is going to try to charge them out.
Come back! I need to go. I like your email. I've been taking a fucking quiz. I need to know what type of
Hey! I'm gonna kiss you, you lovely man! You beautiful!
Come here! I'm gonna taste you!
You guys smell as good as you played this match.
So that's a pretty clean wipe. Why are you running away?
Do not run! Face your doom!
I agree.
Do not run!
So true. If you're in last stand and you're not gonna win the round, clearly CSA's not winning. 0 point to running away like that. 0. A dishonorable discharge. I'm kidding. That man is trying to ford the river.
No.
So Union might charge across the riverside here. Look at this. Who's this? 20 Georgia, I love you for this. What's happening over there?
You'll never kill us all. You'll never kill us all.
Get him in the river!
I will give you the honor.
Are they trying to forge the river from over here?
Get across the water. You gotta cross it.
I don't wanna. There's a fucking guy.
Who's that trying to cross over there? Who the fuck is that guy?
They just executed that man. It's like the pirate ship. You know, you gotta jump off the side of the ship or else, bang. Walk off the plank.
Go for A. Everybody go for A.
So Union just mass charging across, trying to wipe the few remaining CSA that remain.
Pull out the salt, boys.
Yeah, but like, why not dunk on them Honda, you know?
But
Guys, I found him! Get him!
Brace,
47th Virginia holding.
What kind?
Forever.
Do you like pepper?
A bunch of...
You can never hear the end of that question.
Shut the fuck up, you yank piece of shit! Suck my dick, pussy!
Suck your dick, pussy. Got a dick, pussy?
Who's having a Tourette's moment right now?
So when you got one guy out there You got a few back here. I mean, once one or two of these guys die, it'll be over. Union's having a rave. At least some were spam crouching a moment ago. But, like, if a couple more of these guys die, it's going to be game over. Literally, like, 2 more of these guys die. Why is the artillery still trying to artillery? I guess this is the first time CSA Artillery actually can see action this game, so maybe I don't necessarily blame them for doing this. Her first shot? Oh my goodness. How short. Alright, let's see. Oh, we got team killed. The officer didn't even get the kill.
Stop running! Stop running! Stop running! Get back here! Get back here! Get back here! Stop resisting!
This is how the story
Go.
I guess it.
That's the KSI song we need. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to support the channel more. We have our Patreon in the description where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. Besides that, we have our Discord and merch, though. And with that all being said, we will see you in the next one. We're on the push for 4,000 subs by the end of the year. We hope we can get it. We got the grind going. And I appreciate you all being here. It means the world. Have a wonderful rest of your night.